Ladies and gentlemen, I may introduce Lightspeed XP. We have heard about them a lot and read about them and seen them. Now here they are. Have we done this before at any time?
I don't think so.
With Lightspeed, no.
Yeah. Okay, so then let's go back in the history of the team. If I get this correctly, I will pick the one. I will begin with the one who has been in the team from the beginnings, and if I have that correctly, then there would be James and Shannon together.
It's Brandon and Shannon.
You two.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So here we go. Here's the history of Lightspeed XP, please.
Yeah, so after Vega, I really wanted to do a team with Nick Walker, and
I remember that. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So
we talked
it was
with Vega.
Yep. It was the indoor nationals, and we were trying to find teammates. And Kirk had said he will fly with us just for indoor, and we were looking for a point. So I was reaching out to everyone, and everyone had a team. And literally 2 days before
Just
the
a
indoor
few days,
meet,
yeah.
Shannon messaged me on Facebook and said, "I'm doing 8-way at the indoor meet. Do you want to do 4-way?" And I was like, "We need a point." And we did 15 minutes of training the night before, and I think we did a 20.9. Yeah, 20.9 average, and we were super happy with it. And after the meet, we went to Kirk and we said, "Hey, would you like to fly with us all year?" And that's where Lightspeed was really born. So.
And then the same year or the second year, you won the gold medals in the advanced class.
That
The
was
same-
the
that was the same year.
First year, right?
That was the first year, yeah.
Well, congratulations. That's pretty cool.
That's when we crushed Vega and James.
Oh, James was in. There we go. So now here, what was the next step? So we got James in because.
Well, so the story actually starts a year earlier, I think,
Aha.
because Matt and I were on Redline
Redline, that's
And
right, with Kirk.
with Kirk. Yeah, and we won nationals that year in the advanced class, and then Brandon left Vega, and I stepped into his slot on Vega, and then they formed Lightspeed, and so I was on Vega the next year, and yeah, they Lightspeed had a fantastic showing. So and then after that, Nick stepped away, and they were already looking to fill Kirk's slot because they wanted to step away from the player coach lineup, and that's when Matt and I came on board.
So 2 Redliners and 2 Vegas and 2 Lightspeeds eventually built, and this is it's a new lineup again, right? So I mean and that is in a lineup that has great plans, big plans, at least as of traveling.
Right. Yeah. We're headed to Norway.
Yeah.
In a month.
And in Norway you're gonna do 4-way and 8. Who's not doing double duties, by the way? Anybody in the team who's not doing 8-way?
All 4 of us are on the Broadnock XP team.
Shannon, you also had a period with XBG4.
I did, yeah.
And then you couldn't do that, or?
Yeah, so they asked me to join the team last year, like December, end of the year. And, I was thrilled. I was not happy to have to, leave these guys, but I was thrilled. And so I trained with them for a few months. And just due to personal, I just couldn't balance the professional team with my other responsibilities, so I had to step away.
So an honor it was probably anyway, not to be invited by the
was.
US, because that's a good team now. They'll probably win now. That's I would think at least. So when you're going to Norway now, what are you expecting there? Is it just for an international meet experience? It's the first international competition, basically.
I think you've been there. You've been a World Cup,
I
right?
did the World Cup in 2019 with an 8-way team.
In Eloy.
In Eloy, right. Yeah, this would be my first international, like where I'm traveling to go compete.
Right, in Europe. Yeah. So I guess that's a pretty exciting perspective there, right?
Oh yeah, we're all very excited. I think that was our goal at nationals for both 4-way and 8-way, was to place top 4. And 4-way, I think we got 5th place, but Craig and Eliana's team isn't going. So yeah, we got the opportunity to go.
And you are, I mean, it's open class, obviously. So then here, you're training here for 4 days, right? 4 days.
Yeah.
And then that's a whole training that Lightspeed has done.
That's
this
the
year.
whole
Well,
training
we'll
season.
probably get a couple before in Norway.
In Norway, yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. We don't want to overtrain.
Yeah. So that's the only and the last training camp before you're going.
Yes,
You did some 8-way last weekend though, right?
that's correct.
We did.
Yeah.
And that was our only 8-way.
Only 8-way training. That's great. I'm glad you're going. So here at the other side of the hangar, there is, I would guess, a potential opponent of you in training, the Revolution. So when you come back from Norway, the U.S. nationals are right around the corner, right?
Yep.
So everybody is preparing for that now. What's your goal? There's no training before the nationals, obviously.
No.
Beat the
this is
previous
it.
Lightspeed average, I guess.
Yeah, I
would
think
be optimistic, I
Yeah.
think, but that would be
Oh,
wonderful.
you had Kirk in there. Yeah.
No, our last
Oh,
that was
Lightspeed
the
comp
year
was this lineup, but after not training for a year, I think that might be tough.
16 something.
16 flat.
16 flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think our goals for the meet are clean exits, clean jumps, and to just perform well to the best of our
Take a
ability.
look at the landscape when you're up there.
Oh
Enjoy
yeah,
the fjords.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'll be worth
So
it.
It's gonna be
excited, yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Will you be there?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So we'll have the next conversation with Lightspeed in Norway. We'll do that to check, how it was. Well, what are your goals there? Nothing. I mean, you cannot. There's no indication about placements and all that stuff. That'll all come with the meet there. But it's round 1 will be just as exciting.
Yeah.
As as it will be at the nationals.
Nothing beats the round 1
Yeah.
feeling.
That-
You can't train for it. You can't prepare for it. It's a whole another feeling.
See, you hear that from world champions. You hear it from you, from anybody saying the same thing, and I know it's true. So there are still people who would have a hard time, to accept that, or to, they're denying it, or they say, no, not me. Yeah, right.
Yeah. I think it doesn't matter how much you try to play it down in your head. Round 1 is a beast unto itself, no matter what.
So what's your recipe how to deal with it? You know it's coming. You have seen it. We all know it. It is coming. So what is your own recipe how to deal with it? What are you doing? What are you thinking? How are you calming yourself as far down as you can? To there are strategies. What are you doing? Let's start with Matt.
Well, I always try to recall that you've done this a few times. You've been to a number of nationals. You've been to meets, and you work through it. You just do the same thing. You fall back on the training and the familiarity, and you just go with it.
James?
I try to kind of convince myself that it's another practice jump and that I've done this before. I know what I'm doing. Just calm down and get out there and do it. And usually after the first page, it's all gone. Or maybe even before that. As soon as we hit the air and I feel solid, then it's all gone.
You all know that, right? It will be gone as soon as you're out the door. You have no time to be nervous anymore.
Right.
It still goes before.
Oh, it's all gone. When you're out the door, it's gone.
Brennan.
I want to crush everyone. When I'm
That's
on
what
the
you tell
plane,
yourself.
I'm like, not my friends anymore. We're gonna destroy them, and that's my thing. I remember in intermediate, Kirk was like, "Go crush baby chickens," and I'm like, "What? And slowly, it was like, "Yeah."
And Shannon?
I kind of like Matt. I kind of just remind myself I've been here before. I've been through this, and I kind of just try and sink into the discomfort and not fight it, and try and kind of channel that energy. Just breathe, and then once you get out the plane, it's gone. So.
And it's amazing, right? Because it still comes to you, no matter what. Whatever you're applying. The sport psychologists in other sports, they say the best thing to do is focusing on a technical task. So when you're jumping out the door, you think about, so on the exit I have to do this or the next one, and then you don't have time. That's what they say, so there are all kind of different ways. But so we get a little bit of that what we do when we do, and I wish you a good round one.
Thank
in
you.
Norway.
Thank you.
you.
Thank
you.
you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Lightspeed XP.